This show is dedicated to the 17,000 people who will lose their lives this year to HIV and AIDS. That's a staggering amount. It is an important message here at Bern Civic Theatre. And again, we have seen packed houses, and we have seen this community embrace this show, which tells me acceptance, tolerance, and the viewing of people is here in our town. And I am so proud to be a part of this wonderful community.
I personally have lost a lot of people to AIDS. I lived through the period of time that Rent is sort of a snapshot of, and I remember what it was like when to hear something like that was a death sentence. I remember the first time I had to take that test and how frightening it was to me. It means a lot to me on the level of friendships as well. It's sort of a story about how we all, human beings, come together and we love one another, and then we're torn apart, and then we come back, and just the emotional aspects of a relationship. I mean, there's a lot to do with Jonathan Larson as well, who wrote the play, and it was important directing the play because of his story and what he went through to get this play to go up, and then the fact that he was lost to a mysterious heart disease before the night of the preview sort of made this his epitaph. So when you direct this show, you have to take that into mind as well. You can't just do everything you want to do and just have it be exact. I mean, there are certain things that it has to be the people that are on the stage, on this stage, in this moment, because it's very much like that, so it has to be organic with the actors. But there are certain parts of the play that have to remain the same and have to be true to what was initially meant, because that's the way he said it, and that was his story, and that's how we are supposed to tell it. So as a director, you sort of feel like you really have to toe that line as well. I never, ever thought I would do this show in New Bern. I never did. And I'm so thrilled that it's had the kind of response that it's had. To be honest, this is sort of against what I just said, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, even though in one breath I just said I never thought we'd do it in New Bern, it doesn't surprise me that there are a lot of people whose minds can be opened. But I think even a lot of people who are sort of against this lifestyle that we show here can see the humanity in these people and learn a lesson from people on the margins of life who you wouldn't expect to learn that lesson from. This cast and crew has been amazing. That's always, in every show that I ever do, that's always the strength. It's always the people that you're working with and how they accept your guidance and how we work together to create this sort of story that we put together, all of us. This is not my show. I always tell them that. It never really was. It was always our show, and then on opening night it becomes just yours. So everybody has had some input into how this came together. This play is very emotional, and this is just kind of personal me stuff, but I tend to find the things that are happening in the show that I'm working on in my life. I mean, I tend to find all of that sort of filtering through my whole world while I'm working on a show. And this particular show, with the emotional arc that we go through, it's taken a lot. And I'm ready after this beautiful weekend to take a nice, well-deserved rest.